Got a question of what is the very first system every new contractor should put in place? This is assuming, of course, you've already got your business set up, you've already crunched numbers, and you're running a truck. Whether you're in the truck or not in the truck. You're running one truck, maybe two, maybe three, your business is going and flowing. So you've already done your projections, you've crunched your numbers, and you know you have a profitable account. The very first thing that I did, and I recommend anybody to do, is establish some form of bookkeeping service. Whether it be a spreadsheet or you're even on pen and paper every single day, writing how much money your business made and how much money came out. Some type of bookkeeping needs to be done. Obviously, I recommend QuickBooks. This is not a sponsor, but I use QuickBooks personally for my business to track it. This is going to tell you how much money you're making, assuming you do the bookkeeping right. It's going to tell you how much money you're making and how much you're spending. Literally, the fundamentals, the most business fundamental things of in versus out. But the key and the biggest part about this is it's deeper than that. It's going to tell you where the money is going. And it's also going to tell you, assuming you do your bookkeeping right, where the money's coming from. For example, I know in my business, I ended up getting spread across 20 trucks. I had multiple trucks with different 3PLs doing different work in different states and different pay structures. So we had one account that was paying $750 a day with another one that was paying $65 per stop. Those are going to be two different models. Just because I have an account paying $750 a day and one paying $65 per stop, I'm not paying all the guys a flat $180 a day across both accounts. You can do that. You can choose to do that if you want to. I didn't. Because to me, if my pay model is going to change, that the money's coming in, the model's going to change, the model coming out needs to change as well. But with that comes different business structure. And so, of course, also with that, different accounts, different work, different states, the routes differ. The stop count differs. So now the scope of work is different. Why would I pay the guys the same pay if the work is different? Aside from that, the mileage on the truck, the routes are different. So now we're driving a set of miles each day. We're not driving the same consistent miles every day. So now you're into truck wear and tear. You're into diesel. You're into tires if you're doing repairs and maintenance on your own truck, say you own your truck. But either way, I know something that every trucking business has, whether you own your truck or not, is diesel. Diesel exhaust fluid. If your mileage changes, because it's a different business model, it's a different account, your numbers are now going to change. You can't just apply the same rules across the board. You can, but I don't think that's healthy for your business. And so I wouldn't recommend it. I didn't do it. But with that, with all that to say, you have to be able to track these things. And when you're spread across 3-4 different accounts, all different pay models, you're gonna have a different pay model for your guys, your diesel's gonna be different, your income is also gonna be different. I set up classes so that I could measure and track each account. And sure enough, lo and behold, I had accounts that were losing money because I thought in my head, I could pay the guys the exact same pay. We're doing similar work. We're driving similar miles. The pay structure is a little different, yeah, but it's close enough. No. If the business model changes and the income, so does the structure. But again, it's really, I would have never even known that had I not sat down and tracked each individual truck, each individual account, and looking at it like that. So, all I have to say, the first thing, a part of your business system that I think needs to be implemented for any new contractor is bookkeeping. Track your numbers steadily. You can do it day to day, week to week, month to month, however you want to do it. You need to be tracking the in and the out of your business. And obviously with that, you want to categorize. You want to know where your money's going. That's also the biggest part. You can say, oh, our expenses were $30,000 last month. Okay, well, how much is it with diesel? How much of it went to labor? How much of it went to overhead? How much of it went to drivers? How much of it went to helpers? These are things you need to know. You got to know these things, or else you'll never know what to change with your business. You can say we overspent last month. Well, where? I don't know. I think it was diesel. Let's see if we can reduce our driving around. And it wasn't even the problem. The problem was your helper pay. But you're over here worried about the diesel. That's wrong. Bookkeeping. Know exactly where your money is going. And that's where you also dive into profit margins, percentages. And you'll start to see a common theme across different contracts and different models of, oh, I can't really pay drivers and helpers more than 40% of the gross revenue. So if we have a $500 a day account, 40%, I have to do the math on that. It's obviously going to be under $250. We'll say $200 a day. $200 a day can't go towards labor. No more than that. That's the cap. We can't pay any more than that. And that's how you can start using these different tools and apply them across different contracts and different accounts. That's how you grow. And this is definitely important because it does something different too when you get the numbers in front of you. You can think in your head, that's working. Yeah, I think that's working. I think that's working. Get the numbers down in front of you, because you're not going to remember something you spent money on 2-3 weeks ago. Whether it be snacks, you have to go out to eat every day while you're on your route. You're getting your guys breakfast every single morning. Oh, it's only $5. Oh, it's only $10. These things add up. You must have bookkeeping in place and tracking your expenses. Also track your income, because your expenses might be your problem. You might not be able to cut any more expenses. So now you have to go to the other side of things and look at the in. There's two main things to any business: the in and the out. Figure out which one you need to improve, whether it be increasing the in or reducing the out. And from there, you just gave yourself some direction. We don't need to worry about the out. We can't cut it anymore. We can't cut any more expenses. I've looked at everything. I can't do anymore. Okay, now you need to go and look at your income sources. Your contracts. If they're paying per stop, see if you can negotiate a higher per stop rate. Or see if you can get more stops in your truck. Whatever it may be. A lot of stuff obviously is predetermined by the 3PL logistics broker, but depending on your account, there are ways to get it better. Go to your final mile broker, whether it be UST, Spirit Logistics, Diacon Logistics, RXO, Maersk, Supreme Final Mile, Pulse Final Mile, any of them. They are your business partner. Let them know, hey, we're not making enough money to support our expenses and we can't cut anymore. What can we do to increase our revenue? They want the same thing. Your increased revenue means increased revenue for them. They want the same thing. They want you want your truck loaded, you want a heavy route, they'll be happy to do it. I guarantee it. But to bring it all back home, bookkeeping and tracking your expenses, knowing how much money is coming in and how much money is coming out, is essential for any new contractor. Once you do these things, that's when you can really start to grow. you'll start to see, okay, one, this is how much money we're making. Because once you do those things, once you figure out your outs, your ins versus your outs, that's when you can look at that bottom line and see exactly how much money you're making. And this is the funnest part. That's the funnest part. At the end of the week, seeing how much money your business gets to keep and retain. There is no better feeling than looking at this number. As long as it's green. If it's red, you got some work to do. I can tell you right now, if it is red, you got some work to do. But of course, that's fun too, because that's a part of business. That's the fun part. And just be grateful that you're in the spot where you recognized and found out it was red. There's people out there who are in the red every month and don't even know it. Be happy that you found that. If you're one of those people and you don't know if you're in the red or green or not, take my advice from this video, go crunch your numbers. Take every single penny that came into your bank account and subtract from it every single penny that you spent, no matter what it was, down to the penny. And you'll know if you made money or not. It's that simple. It's that easy. It's that simple and it's that easy. And like I said, there are tools out there to automate this. If you're good with Excel and spreadsheets, hop in Google Sheets. It's free. Plug in all your income. List all your expenses. Mash them together and see if it's a positive or negative number at the end. Of course, you can also go to, like I said, bookkeeping services and tools and softwares like QuickBooks. It's not a sponsor, but it'll basically do everything for you. You link it to your bank accounts and it'll track everything automatically. And then you can obviously go to your reports that come to you every single day. You could have such a grip on your numbers that you can reiterate and spit things out. Oh, we made this much last month. We spent this much on diesel last month. We spent this much on labor last month. We spent this much on software and payroll and software last month. Because you just get such a grip on the numbers, you know exactly how your business is doing. And it's all in your head, yes, but it's also on paper. And we want it on paper first. You don't want it in your head first. That's where you start to lose track of things. Put it on paper first and learn from the paper. But that's it. To bring it all home, bookkeeping, the very first system that every new contractor should put in place, because this is gonna guide the rest of your business. This is gonna keep you in business. That's the most important part. Most important part is staying in business. Forget everything else. Forget everything else. Adding trucks, hiring a driver, hiring a helper, whatever, just forget all that. We need to stay in business to even do any of those things. In order to stay in business, we have to be profitable. In order to be profitable, we have to know how much money is coming in and how much money is coming out. On top of that, where's it going? And then from there, we tweak and fine tune things. But bookkeeping, very first tool any contractor should have. That's my wrap for today. If you're new to the channel, obviously, I talk about final mile white glove systems. I did final mile white glove for 6 years, scaled to 20 trucks, did $10 million in revenue, and am giving the business tips that I wish I had when I first got started. And that's what we're doing. If you like this video, go ahead and subscribe, drop a comment, drop a like, and share it with somebody who could probably use this. But we are focusing on final mile white glove only. I'm not talking about anything else. A lot of stuff I talk about can be applied to other businesses, but I'm going from the lens of a final mile white glove contractor. My business model was contracted with final mile brokers like UST, Spirit Logistics, Post Final Mile, JB Hunt Final Mile, Maersk, Supreme Final Mile, I say Post Final Mile, Dicon Logistics, Top Hat Logistics, you name it. And the list goes on and on. I deliver for major retailers like Lowe's, Home Depot, Best Buy, Mattress Firm, Wayfair, Restoration Hardware, you name it. I'm giving my 2 cents giving business tips and business advice that I wish I had when I was first getting started. Welcome to the channel.